We have these Forenner LED lights. This happens to be the H11. You see it there, Type 226 H11, and you can see on that wall, this is the LED light, and this is the halogen light. Big difference. See it? I don't know if you can see. I turned the camera so you can see both sides, but this one here is white, and this one here is the amber yellow looking. You might be able to see a little better there. That's white. It's a little more amber. See, this is the LED. Right there's the xenon or whatever that is, halogen. You kind of see a little bit of there's halogen. And of course those little, not the pins, but rather, see these pins on the side? There's one there, and then there's one on this side. Oh, and there's one here at the bottom that actually clips the connector in place. Those will tell you, which version you need. I just Googled it. I got these on Amazon for about 30 bucks or so. It's the halogen version of it. Same thing. Oh, you see, that's that metal clip that I was talking about. The plastic clip down the middle, in between the metal ones. So you'll look at the plug, and sometimes that clip will be on the top, or you'll have two. This side here and this side over here are the same. So I got a big cut on my thumb there, touching all the chemicals and whatnot. But see these three little plugs, one there, one on this side, and there's one up top. That's how you screw it in. If you're working on a Ford CMax, as I am, I love this car just because it gets 35 miles to the gallon, even with a bad hybrid battery. The hybrid battery is right underneath the back seat, super easy to get to. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time. You got to take off about 10 bolts or so, maybe 15 bolts, and pull out the seats. So not too big of a deal. So this thing's been running with the AC for the last 10 minutes or so. And so to get the light off is a little bit of a challenge. I took this bolt out, and there's a bolt right there that came out as well. So 1, 2, and there's another one right here. I happen to take that one out. Not a big deal. I just put it back in. So I take that one out. And then there's a flap here, and I basically lifted this plastic piece up, and I was able to move this tab as I unscrew it here. I lifted it up and underneath this piece here. So you can see it over here. The other side was the driver's side. Here's the passenger side. But this is what I did. I took that bolt out right there, and then I lifted this up. The other issue is that it's got a 10 millimeter and a 10 millimeter. I did take out the T25s, what they are, T25s. And this one has a clip on it, a little nipple that goes in that square there. So I had to get my screwdriver and get under here and pop it up to break it free. And then I did this and I lifted up just a hair, about 1/4 inch. And I squeezed it underneath this thing here, and I slid it out that way, pulled the entire unit back, and then slowly just crept it out. The challenge is getting to that clip. That clip has a little button on it. For whatever reason, it's super hard to get to. Of course, I mean, it's not for whatever reason, it's a Ford, so obviously Ford doesn't make it super easy. Why couldn't they put the clip up here or on the side or somewhere practical? They have to do it such that you have to lift the light. There's no room. Actually, that's as much room as there is to move this darn light. Okay, there we go. You can see the clip is there, and you would think that square right above it is the tab, but that doesn't come out. So basically, you have to put the screwdriver between those two pieces and pry it out. So between those two pieces, yeah, there's no room. And oops. You can see a bit up there. I'm just getting it between those two pieces and twisting. Yeah, you saw it move a little bit. There it comes. Of course, when I do that, it seems to dang it. Need 2 hands. It makes a horrific clip breaking sound. Of course, it's plastic, and Ford's not going to do something to last, obviously. Like Republicans, right? They're not there to help the community. See this clip? This is the part that you would think you push down, but you don't push it down. I don't know how that you're supposed to take this out. Now that I look at it, it looks like it actually broke the clip. But I cannot push it. It doesn't go down. And it doesn't come out towards the left of the screen. So how you're supposed to take that out, I have no clue. But I've taken these out 2 or 3 times and they all basically end up breaking. So again, thanks for fixing your career day, again. Down on the road dead. Not sure what else that acronym stands for. And then they did put, oh, you see that other side is missing this. Oh, and so there should be a rubber cap here, but that rubber cap is missing. This has a rubber cap, which is missing on the other side. This has a rubber cap, but there should be a rubber cap here. And I definitely don't see it. So at some point, somebody took that out. Not a big deal. So now you can, this clip is easy to pull out. And this one here, just twist, comes right out. Oh man, I don't know what the heck this little wire's for. Okay, it's just a loose wire. Let me get the light. Okay, so here's the light bulb. And you can see that it's got those 3 triangles there. Or I call it a triangle, 3 tabs. And this has those 3 tabs there too. Kind of match up there. But if you put it in at this angle, you should be able to get it in. Twist it and it'll lock itself in place. Now you can just move the tab. And clip it in. So in theory, oh well, it's unplugged. So we'll plug it back in right there. And I know this rubber piece is missing, so at some point we have to go to the junkyard and get one of those. So on this side, I did clip that connector in first. On that side, I forgot to do it, so I had to put it in after I screwed everything down. I realized I didn't connect it. So all I've done is slid this in and forward just a little bit. You can see that it needs to be twisted out to make that gap filled, and over here too. So let's see how I'm doing this with one hand. So now you can see that gap is basically filled. There we go. Came back forward. Actually came back forward. Went back a little bit, and so we still need to line up the tab that's right here. There's that tab right there. It needs to go into that hole. So, see, it's not quite there yet. Part of it is that it needs to go underneath this plastic piece. See this plastic piece? There we go. So now it's between that plastic piece where I put it down and it'll fit. But now, there we go. And then this hole still needs to be filled. So it needs to come back. Oh gosh, goodness, I can still, but you see it's not quite in that hole yet. There we go. Now it's in. All these can go back in, this can go back in, and that can go back in. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's it. It's already on. You can see the difference. You start getting the video, you can see huge difference in lights. I can definitely see a lot better. Let me show you the tools that I use. This here is a wobble hood from Harbor Freight Tools. This one's nice. It's got this little center button. You can't really tell, but it's a little elevated. If you push it, it'll allow the socket to fall out. So it's got a little ball right there in that center. When you push it in, the ball retracts and it makes it flush. So you can't see the ball there. You can barely see it's protruding, just a hair. There you go, you can see it move. So I push the button and it drops in that hole. You can see this little pin in the center comes out. I like this tool a lot. I don't have any other ratchets with me. I used to have the stationary ones, but those are for beginners in my opinion. They're trash. I don't even carry one. I don't know where my stationary ratchets are. A waste of money. Don't buy them. This happens to be a 10mm. It's black because it's impact. So I actually get the impact gun and I use these with great force, however much force that I can. And they do great. In general, they'll either break the bolt or break the bolt free, bolt or not. So my buddy Gary used to always carry a complete set of 1/4-inch sockets in his pocket and a smaller ratchet than this. But that guy would take apart like an entire engine with that set of ratchets. It'd go up to a 15mm. And he never carried standard, always metric. Everything. This is a Ford, but of course, Americans don't build crap. I guess they did up in Michigan, but still, Asian people are the ones that are building all our stuff, thankfully. Japanese, Chinese, they're not American-made products, so they're designed to last out there, unless, of course, the American engineers get involved. And, yeah, I mean, like Republicans, they don't want you to, Republicans don't want the poor to progress. They don't want anybody but the rich to progress. And that's just the way it is. So this time, and of course I am an ex-field artillery officer, Army Achievement Medal recipient, distinguished military graduate from American Military Institute, home of the Bold Tiger Battalion. Whoa. So I'm sad that Americans screw Americans the best. Back to this Forenner LED lights. It did come with a pair of white gloves and some cleaning cloths, I guess. I don't know if this is the cloths are for this. I don't really care about that. The lights work. I'm very happy. Ford CMax. Let's turn this up all the way. Boom. Okay, so no difference if I move the light switch. Yeah. All right. And then high beams. Okay, that's cool. Let's see, the high beams are on. These little lights that turn on. Let's see if those lights turn off. Oh yeah, so the lights can't see them, but those little lights are off. They're off. So those must be the high beams. Turn the high beams on. Right there. And yeah, those are the high beams. Those are the high beams. These are the low beams. And on the page of purchase for this on Amazon, it does show it as low beams, but I'm interested to see it on the road to see if there's any significant difference now from the low beams to the high beams with the new LED lights. Reference to the tools that I use, this happens to be a 10mm for this side to take out these two on this Ford CMax. And so I did buy a couple extra tools to make it easier for me to just function. I have this little rack. It's a plastic rack. It's not super expensive. I don't remember it being super expensive, but this is nice. You put it on your plastic tip there, and you give it a little turn, and it locks in place. And then I was able to find this Milwaukee bag, and it's an elongated bag. It's like 10 inches long or so, but it fits perfect. I have my ratchet. In there. Gosh, let me show you what I have in here. My ratchet. I've got this longer extension. I have some 2-inch extensions, and then I have a 1-inch extension in here as well. And then I have my adapter. I don't have it readily available. I have my adapter from 1/4 inch to, or actually it has a 1/4 inch tip, and then it's got a 1/2 inch, and I've got the reverse of it in here somewhere as well. And then I have this crescent product crescent wrench, and I also have a, oh no, I just dropped my socket set. Here's another, well, that's a 2-inch. You can see how damaged it is because that's not black. It's not an impact. This is my, I forgot I got those channel locks too. My mini vice grips. You can see they're formed for nuts and bolts, for hex nuts and bolts, and then I have a set of channel locks. And so all these tools are very vital for the smaller bolts that end up being found in multiple vehicles. I don't know why there's a magnet. See, there's a magnet on this thing. So that came out of a pencil magnet. But either way, that's it. Fairly easy to do. The video is 13 minutes long. But if I would have done this without the video, it would probably taken me 7-8 minutes to do. Super easy. A little daunting because the way the bolts are, and then you have to take off this extra bolt to get this tab. Once you lift this up, you got to get it underneath and pull it back and then kind of wiggle it out. And that's really it on both of these. This one was tricky because I didn't see anywhere it tells you there's a dang tab in there you have to actually pop up. And like I said, I ended up using that screwdriver to Milwaukee. And I always have my 2 bit boxes. On this bit box, if I didn't show you, I have this 1/4 inch ratchet, 1/4 inch ratchet on this side, and it's 1/4 inch bit ratchet on this side, and it's articulating as well. It's probably like 20 bucks. I had a fixed 1/4 inch ratchet side, and then a fixed just box-in 1/4 inch ratchet, but it was super nice and it was small enough that somebody put it in your pocket and took off with it. I mean, I know who it was, but they were nice enough to help me. That kit that came in was 20 bucks, so basically I just gave them an extra 20 bucks, and that's the way I see it, so too bad for me. But anyways, I'm done. Thank you for watching. This was an LED swap from halogen or xenon. I think that's halogen. Xenon requires like a high power amount. So like that BMW has Xenon lights, and each one of those lights from AutoZone was $70. Now, if I bought them on Amazon, they'd probably be $30 a piece. This one here, the LED lights were $30, maybe $38 for this vehicle off of Amazon. It took a day or two to get to me, and it worked out well. But I'm very happy with the brightness. Thanks for watching. Bye.